Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel Freedom Tech, and in this session what we are going to learn. In this session we are going to create our own custom object detection model which will detect sheep on the farm, and then we will create a counter. We will count how many sheep do we have on the farm side. Simple. So before we move to our practical, friends, if you learn something from our videos, please consider to subscribe our channel. Also please click on the bell icon, so whenever we upload a new video on the channel you will get a notification. Also there is a special membership available for students only. If you join our channel, it will really help us to create more and more unique content on this channel. So thank you so much friends, and let's get started. So friends, as I mentioned, I will mention the project folder GitHub repository link inside my description box. Simply download the repository. So I have already downloaded the repository. Inside downloads there is a repository. We want to simply extract our repository, so right click on extract all, and it will extract our repository as a folder. As you can see, we extracted our repository. The repository name is sheep counting -main. Again we have same folder. So now we are inside the folder. So let's just first watch our video file. So as you can see, as I mentioned, this is the drone video where we have sheep on the ground, or let's just say on the farm. So our goal is to detect the sheep and our goal is to count the sheep. So we will use here two methods. We will first count the sheep using line method. So whenever we detect the object, there is a center point and we have the line. So when the detected object center point touch the line, it will increase the counter. This is the first method. Then the second method, where will we count total number of sheep right now in single frame. Means, let's just say, because the video is basically number of frames which basically continuously moving, which we call as a video. So let's just say this is what my frame, and in this frame how many sheep do we have, we will create the counter. Then again if we go for next frame, as you can see, so here we can say right now how many sheep do we have in this particular frame. So this is what our second counter. First counter we will use the line, and in the second counter we will count total sheep in one single frame. That's it. So let's get started. So first we need to annotate our object, means we want to create our own class. For that we will use Roboflow. So let's just open Roboflow. I have already opened the Roboflow. You have to simply log in with your Gmail ID, create your own account. It is really easy. Just sign up with your Gmail ID and then it will allow to use Roboflow free. Now friends, what we will do here, we want to create a new project. So just click on new project. You can mention any project name. I will mention here Yolov12. Annotation group, again you can mention any group, just mention the name. Then the project type, of course we will use here object detection. This is what project type. So select object detection, click on create public project. It will create a project. So we created the project. Now here we want to upload our video file. So click on select file, go to the downloads and our repository sheep counting main, again same folder, and just select the vid.mp4. this is the video file. It will upload our video file on Roboflow. So we uploaded our video file. Now here we want to mention how many frames, means how many images do we want, how many images we need from the video file. So for demo purpose, 50 images is more than enough. So mention here 50 here. images. As you can see, the images here, you have to mention the number of images we need for the project. So I have mentioned 50 images is more than enough for demo purpose. In real scenario, you need more images, because the more images will create perfect model. But in demo purpose, 50 or let's just say 100 images is more than enough. So I have mentioned here 50 images. Click on choose frame rate. Now it will create the images using our video file. So as you can see, we have now 50 images, all images 50. So we have now 50 images. Simply click on save and continue. Now it will save our images on Roboflow. So we successfully upload all the images. Now here you will see there is an option label myself. Just select the label myself, and then here you have to select the start annotating. So click on start annotating, and then you will see this kind of tool. So we have here cursor. With the help of this cursor point, we can simply draw the bounding box on our class. So the tool, this is what all the tools. From this tool we have to select this tool, which is the bounding box tool. So let's just select it, and let's just draw the rectangle on the ship like this way. Simple. And then after when you complete the drawing process, means after when you draw the bounding box on the object, here we have ship, you will see there is an annotation editor window. Here we have to mention the class name. So what is our class name? Simple. So our class name is ship. Simple. So click on create class ship, and it will create the class name, which is the ship. And then let's just say we will draw the bounding box on this ship. Okay, again we already mentioned the class, so let's just save it, and then let's just say here I will draw one other rectangle. Click on save. Now friends, because we draw the 3 bounding box on 3 ship, so now after that we don't want to draw the bounding box on each ship manually, because we have here new tool, which is the box prompting. So I have selected this tool. I have draw the bounding box on 3 ship. Okay, just left click to the mouse button, drag the rectangle, mention the class name, and just draw 3 rectangle on any ship. Okay, any ship. And then now because we have 3 rectangle, we can select this one tool, which is the box prompting. So now let's just select the box prompting tool, and let's just watch the magic. As you can see, because we selected here 3 rectangles, or let's just say 3 bounding box, now with the help of this box prompting tool, it will automatically draw the bounding box on each ship. There is no need to draw the bounding box on manually. Let's just select it, and now you can cross check. So just go to the first tool, which is the drag tool, this one, just select it, and now you can simply cross check whether we select each ship perfectly. So if you go here, this is the first ship, as you can see, this is the second, this one is third. So we select each ship perfectly. As you can see, we selected each ship perfectly. Simple. So it means this tool is perfectly select our object. Now we have done. Now we will simply go for next image. Here you will see the number of ship. In this image we selected 34. Now go for next image. So from the next image, there is no need to draw the bounding box manually on the object, because we selected this box prompting tool. Simply you have to click on the approve, and then it will automatically draw the bounding box on each ship. Go for next image. Again it will automatically draw the bounding box on each ship. Just select the approve, and then here you will see how many ship we have in this image. Go for next image, again same way, done, selected, approve, go for next image, done, click on approve. So this is how I will draw. Let me show you here one thing, friends. Here it is, as you can see, this is basically false detection because this is the shadow. So if you just check if there is a false detection, let's just delete it. Just delete it because this is not a ship, this is the shadow of the ship. So watch, if there is false bounding box, just delete it, no worry. Okay, so we will go for next image. Here also it will select the automatically select the bounding box, simple. Let's just click on approve. That's it. Now this is how I will annotate each image. So let me annotate the image. When we complete the process, I will start the video again. So friends, we completed our annotation process. As you can see, this is what the last image, 50 out of 50. So we completed our annotation process. Now what we want to do, we want to just go over here. This is what our project name. As you can see, if I move my mouse cursor over here, you will get the highlight. So this is what the project name, Yolov12. So just click on over there, and then you will see unannotated 0 and annotated 50, means we annotated all 50 images successfully. Now click on add 50 images to dataset. In method we have to select split images between train, valid and test. Select it and then just click on add images. Now it will add our images as a dataset. This window, just close it. Dataset 50 means we successfully add our all images as a dataset. Now click on versions, and then here you will see this kind of page, simple. So click on download dataset, and here you have to go inside image and annotation format, txt, and scroll down, click on Yolov12 and click on show download code. It will show the code which we want to paste inside our Google Colab. But first we have to open our Google Colab. So let me open Google Colab first. So friends, I have opened Google Colab. Just click on upload, go to the browse and go to the downloads, and this is what our repository, ship counting main. Again same folder, select the Colab file, select it, click on upload. Now it will upload our Colab file on Google Colab. We uploaded our Colab file. Now here go to the runtime, change runtime type, select Python 3, select T4 GPU, click on save and then click on connect. We connected. Now we will run our cell one by one. So let's just run first cell. Now we will install Ultralytics on our Google Colab. So wait. So we install Ultralytics on our Colab machine. Now just scroll down. We will upload the packages. So run the next cell, click on the play button, go for next, just run the cell. Here we will cross check if it is installed or not, means Ultralytics is perfectly installed or not. We will use YOLO12 s.pt model, and we will use the doc.jpg image from Roboflow, and it will detect the object from this particular image. And here you will get the result: one person, one car, one dog, one handbag. That's it, means we successfully install Ultralytics. Now the next cell here, custom training. In this cell we want to copy paste our Roboflow code. So pip install Roboflow. After that we have from Roboflow import Roboflow. This is how we import the package. So select the from Roboflow to at the end YOLO12, delete, just click on delete button from the keyboard, it will delete the code. Now open the Roboflow page where we left. This is the Roboflow page where we left, and now here just click on continue. It will mention the same code which we delete. As you can see, the same code, but this is the code for our new dataset, for ship dataset, which we just annotate. So select again from Roboflow to at the end, select it, copy it, and just paste it over here. Just Ctrl+V, it will paste the new code, and then run the cell. It will run our cell. So we have done. Now just click on this small folder icon, and here you will see we created the dataset folder. mkdir is for creating the folder. So we created dataset folder, and inside that folder we save our YOLO12 project folder. So select it, scroll down just, there is our folder, project folder, and inside that we have test, train, valid, and the main file, which is the data.yml. Double click on it, it will open the data.yml over here, as you can see. Now here what we want to do, there is a 3 folder, which is the train, then valid, and test. So we want to mention the train folder path from here. So train, it will highlight, there is a 3 dot, select it, copy path, and remove the old path from the data.yml. Remove it, just backspace, remove it, Ctrl+V, paste. It will paste the path which we copied. Then val means the valid, again same way, 3 dot, copy path, remove the old path, Ctrl+V, paste it. Then the test, highlight, 3 dot, copy path, remove the old path, Ctrl+V, it will paste the path of the folder. This is how we want to mention the real path of the folder, these 3 folder. We have done. As you can see, the cursor is blinking, means we are still inside the file. Just press Ctrl+S, save the file, Ctrl+S, save the file, close the data.yml, done. Now scroll down, and this is what our final code, where we start our training. So data is equal to, this is the file path, which is the data.yml. We want to remove this old path, and we want to mention the new file path, data.yml, 3 dot, copy path, and then just remove the old path, remove it, Ctrl+V, it will paste the path, the data.yml file path over here inside the code. And then we will use epoch 100, image size 640. Now let's just run the code. It will start our training for our own custom object detection model. So it will start. So as you can see, 1 out of 100. So our process is started. It will take some time. Let's just wait. So we completed our training process, as you can see, 100 out of 100. Now the result, the model save inside runs, detect, and train folder. So there is a runs, then detect folder, then train folder, and then weights folder, and inside that weights we will get our best.pt. Let's just wait. Okay, again I will go back like this way, runs, detect, train, weights, and there is a best.pt. Simple. So best.pt, 3 dot, and click on download. It will download our model, the custom object detection model. So we successfully downloaded our model. As you can see, this is what our model. Now let's just minimize all these things, or we can simply close the browser, because we have done with the browser. Now let's just open our file manager, downloads, best.pt, our own model, cut it, move the model inside our project folder, paste it, done. Now we will first create a counter using the line. So for that we will use test.py code. So inside test.py, model is equal to YOLO, we have to mention our model name, which is the best.pt. This is what our model name. Now let's just save the code. Go to the tools, manage packages. This is the Sony Python IDE. You have to simply search for Sony Python IDE inside your web browser, download the setup.exe file, and install Sony Python IDE. Done. So here we have to install our packages first. Go to the tools, manage packages, and we will search for opencv-python. This is what our basic package, opencv-python. Hit enter, you will get the first package. Click on install button, done. It will install opencv-python. It is really easy. If there is an upgrade button highlighted, just upgrade it. Okay, and then we need ultralytics. So search for ultralytics package, first package, click on install button, done. It will install ultralytics. And then we need cvzone package, first package, click on install button, done. It will install cvzone. So this is how we want to install opencv-python, ultralytics package and cvzone package. Done. We have done with package installation. Now I have mentioned the video file name, which is the vid.mp4, and then we have our basic object detection. Basic object detection with rectangle, then the object center point, then the class name, rectangle, circle, and we will put the track ID of each object. We have unique track ID because we have here ultralytics. So we are basically using here ultralytics powerful tracker. So ultralytics tracker will assign the unique ID for each ship. Simple. So this cvzone.putTextRect method will put the track ID on the rectangle top left corner. Track ID box x1 y1 x2 y2. This is the object detection. Then the class ID is basically the ID. So right now we have here only one class. So 0 is the ID for ship. Simple. So I have mentioned here a 0 because I want to freeze the frame. So 0 will basically stop the while loop, and we have to skip the frame manually. So let's just run the code. We have done with package installation also. Now it will open the window, but the frame will not move because we stop here, we freeze the frame. So it will only show the first frame, and as you can see, this is what our result. This is what our result. There is a rectangle. We are successfully detecting each ship separately. There is a rectangle. There is a unique ID for each ship. This ship we have 17. This ship we have 6. This ship we have 10. So each ship there is a track ID. It means we are tracking the each ship separately. Now here I am simply pressing the space button from the keyboard to move to the next frame manually. Okay, manually. Now if you want to start the while loop, here remove the 0, mention the 1, and it will start the while loop. Okay, it will start the while loop. As you can see, it will start the while. This is basically the drone footage. So you will get the each ship with the rectangle. There is a center point and there is a track ID. Watch, this ship we have 4 is the track ID. That's it. So now we have done with object detection. We have our own model which is detecting the ship. We have the track ID. Now the main part, which is the counter. We want to create the counter using single line. So for that, first we will again freeze the frame. So remove the 1, mention the 0, it will freeze the frame. So now let's just run again the code. So as I mentioned, first we will use the line method. When this center point, which is in blue color, when the center point touch the line, then we will increase the counter. So how do we get the center point? Simple. We have x1, y1, x2, y2, which is the rectangle coordinate. So the cx is basically x1 plus x2 divided by 2. cy is basically int y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So cx and cy is basically our center point coordinate. So if I want to draw the circle on the object, detected object center point, cv2.circle method, cx and cy, this cx and cy, the 4 is basically the radius, and 25500 is the color, which is the blue color, and -1 is basically I want to fill the circle. That's why the -1. You can simply change the color. If you go with 000255, now the color will become a red. The center point will become red. As you can see, now the center point of the red. Now we have center point. Now we want to draw the line. So how do we draw the line? Simple. As I explained in several previous videos, we have here cv2.event mouse move function. So when we move our mouse cursor on the frame, inside the shell you will get xy coordinate. So let's just say if I want to draw the line over here, let's just say over here. Okay, so this is what my line start point and this is what my line end point. So let's just say if I draw over here line, so inside shell I got here 0493. So 0 is basically the start point x coordinate and 493 is basically start point y coordinate. So here we will mention line underscore y is equal to 493. So this is what my line y coordinate for both side in the sense this is what the start point y coordinate 493 and this is what the end point line coordinate y coordinate is basically the 493. Because we want to create a counter, so we want to mention both side y coordinate always same. If the start point y coordinate 493, then the end point y coordinate also 493. As simple as. Now we will draw the line. So if I again just skip the frame manually, let me skip here. Here you will see we are printing over here frame.shape. So frame.shape is basically the frame size. So our frame size, because I have resized, the width is basically 1020 and height is basically the 600. This is what our frame size, our frame window size. 1020 is the width and 600 is the height, which we are printing with the help of frame.shape method. Here you will get the result. The 600 is the height, 1020 is the width. So basically when I say I want to draw the line, so start point x coordinate 0, start point y coordinate which we mention over here, which is this one, line y 493, and end point x coordinate and end point y coordinate. So end point y coordinate also line y, but end point x coordinate will be from frame.shape. From frame.shape we have to mention the first value, which is the 1020, the width of the frame. So frame.shape, this is the 0, this is the 1 and this is the 2. This is the index value. 600 is the 0, 1020 is the 1 and 3 is the 2. This is how we count the index. So if I want to use this value 1020, so I have to mention the frame.shape in square bracket 1. So it will take this 1020. So here we will draw the line. So we have here cv2.imshow method. Let's just draw the line. cv2.line method, we want to draw the line on the frame. So frame, then as I mentioned, the start point x coordinate 0 and start point y coordinate will be our line y variable, our line y. So we have to mention over here line y. So just mention line underscore y, and then the line end point x coordinate will be our frame.shape, first index value. This is the 0, this is the first and this is the second. So if I want to use the first value, so how do I will mention frame.shape and then the 1, because the 102 is the first index, so 1, and then the y coordinate of the end point, which is the same, not in bracket, like this way, line y. Done, line y. So start point line x coordinate 0, y coordinate which is the variable, then the end point line x coordinate from the frame.shape first index, which is the width of the frame, and then the line y, which will be mentioned same. Okay, same. And then the color, so color, let's just say green color, or let's just make it pink 255, or let's just mention blue color. Okay, so blue color will be our line color 25500, and the thickness, let's just say 2. Now this method will draw the line on our frame. And as you can see, there is a blue color line, we have blue color line, we have red color object center point. So now this center point will touch the line, and then we will increase the counter. Now we have done with line, we have center point, we have track ID, we have object detection also. Now friends, we have here track ID. So each ship we have unique track ID. Now what we want to save all those track ID inside the dictionary. So for that we will create here a dictionary. So let's just mention hist is equal to empty dictionary. So inside this hist dictionary we will save each ship track ID and their current position. So ship current position is basically their center point. So what is the center point? Center point is basically CX and CY. So here we will mention hist, which is our dictionary, then the track ID, we have here track ID, hist is our dictionary which we created over here, hist. So hist, then the track ID is equal to their center points CX and CY. So now inside the dictionary we will save all the points along with the track ID. So let's just say, because we know what we have frame.shape, so you can simply remove the frame.shape because we have done with frame.shape method, and we can simply print our dictionary hist. Now you will get the idea. Inside dictionary there will be the track ID and ship current position. As you can see inside shell we have track ID, which is the one, and current ID. Sorry, not current ID, the current position means CX and CY. This is the track ID for each ship, and this is the CX and CY, which is the current position. Next ship 2, current position, 3, current position. Simple. Now we are perfectly saving all the track ID along with their current position inside our dictionary. So now what we will do, with the help of this hist, we will get the previous CX and previous CY, because we have current CX and current CY. So after that, names, if the track ID inside our dictionary, means if we are saving all those ship position with their track ID inside our dictionary, if the track ID in hist, then the previous CX and then the previous CY, then the previous CX and previous CY is basically our dictionary which is the hist, and then we will mention the track ID. So track ID. So now the hist and the track ID, which now will become our previous CX and previous CY. Now we have previous CX and previous CY. Now also we have current CX and current CY. So now we will simply create our condition. So what is our condition? If, because we want here a line Y, we are using here a line Y, so we will use previous CY, line Y and current CY. So if previous CY, if it is because we want to go up, so let's just say if previous CY, if it is greater than line Y, which is our line Y coordinate, if it is greater than is equal to CY, which is the current position, current CY. Simple. If previous cy, if it is greater than line y greater than is equal to cy, then we will increase the counter. So our counter, we want to mention here a counter. So hist count is equal to 0. This is what our counter, and when we match our condition, we will increase the counter. Count plus is equal to 0. Sorry, not 0, 1, because we will increase the counter 1. So count plus is equal to 1, and then we will put the counter on the frame. So I have mentioned here use on put text rect method, and this is what our counter, which is the count. 1530 is the frame coordinates, and then this is what the thickness, okay, the rectangle and the text, and this is the color. So let's just watch. If there is any issue, we will cross check. So let's just now run the code first. So friends, as you can see, right now the counter is 0, but if we skip the frame, as you can see, the counter is increasing. We count here 1 sheep, and then we count 2, 3, then we, as you can see, then right now there is no counter. It means we mentioned the condition wrong way. What we want to do, simply we will mention over here, we will mention less than. So less than, okay, less than. So now we mention here less than. Now it will work perfectly. Okay, so let's just cross check. We counted 1, then we will count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now as you can see, our condition is perfectly working. Means for going upside, we have to mention here less than, not greater than. Okay, remember these things. If previous cy, if it is less than line y, less than is equal to cy, then we will increase the counter. Now we are counting the object, we are counting the ship, but how do we know that we are perfectly counting? For that, what we will do, when the object center point touch, we will change the color. So what we will do, because there is no need of the rectangle, basically we will only show the center point. So what we will do, we will copy all this method, circle to use on put text, just cut it and move where we have name. Just move it, just paste it over here, check it is in line, check it is in line. That's it. Now as I mentioned, there is no need of rectangle, so just comment it. It will not show the rectangle, it will only show the circle. So let me save the code, let me run the code, you will get the idea. It will now only show a circle. As you can see, each ship we have center point, each ship we have center point and their track ID. Simple. Now for our knowing purpose, what we will do, when our condition will match, we will change the circle color. So right now by default color is red, so when we match our condition, means when we increase the counter, we will change the color with green. So 0255 and 0, 0255 and 0. Let's just save the code, let's just run the code. Now watch. Now watch, we here this ship, as you can see, this ship, the color, we can also hide the line. We can also hide the line. Let me show you here. Because we have now line, if you hide the line method, there will be no line also. You will get fully counter information, or let's just say you will get the fully counter frame. So now as you can see, there is no line. So when touch the line, this red color center point will change at the green. So as you can see, this ship, we just count this ship as a 1, because this ship center point color right now green. So we just counted only this ship. When we done with count, again the ship color, the center point will become red. Now watch, because this is the drone video, so when the drone go up, okay, we are touching the center point with the help of line, and then here you will see, let me show you here, right now As you can see, these three ship we just counted. The center point color is now green, and also this ship also we counted. Now this one we counted 11. Okay, so this is how friends you can create the counter. If you want to show the line, just uncomment the line method, and then you will get the line on the frame, and you can simply count. You can simply count the ships, or let's just say you can count any object. That's it. Now let's just start our while loop. Remove the 0, mention the 1, save the code, run the code. Now it will start a while loop. So as you can see, we counted one ship. Now the drone is moving, and we are increasing the counter one by one. Simple. Or you can simply mention the rectangle. You can, instead of changing the center point color, you can simply change the rectangle color. Let me show you that method also. Here we mention the c2.circle method. Let's just remove it. You can simply mention our rectangle method. So mention the rectangle method, and after where we match our condition, there will be a rectangle, and the rectangle color, let's just say the green. Okay, so watch now, when the center point touch, there will be a rectangle. As you can see, there is a rectangle. As you can see, there is a rectangle. Simple. So this is how friends, this is what our first method, using line you can create the counter. So we have done with first method. Now the second method which I have mentioned, which is how many ships do we have inside each single frame. For that I have mentioned the test1.py inside the repository, or inside the project folder we have test1.py also. So here again we will mention our model, which is the base.pt. Now for this there is no need to mention the line. We will use only the tracking method. So what we will do here, we have here our object detection, we have here our track ID. So I have mentioned here a name. So name is basically the class name. We have the ship is the class name. Done. So instead of the name, let's just say we want to mention here a track underscore ID. Track underscore ID. Let's just save it. Let's just run the code. So now there is a unique ID for each ship. Done. Now what we will do, we will create the list. We will create here a list. As you can see, I have created the list, and inside that list we are saving all the track IDs. So here list dot append, and inside that we will mention track ID. Now inside this list we will save all those track IDs. So now let's just print here, let's just print over here list. Print list, or let's just say we will not print the list, we will directly create a counter. So here I will mention let's just say CO, because I have mentioned here a CO. CO is basically the counter variable. CO is equal to our list, and the length of list is basically our counter. So list, and then length of list is basically our counter. And then if I run the Fusion put text rect method, it will put the counter, which is the CO, on the frame. So now let me run the code. Now there will be a counter on the frame. As you can see, in this frame we have 35 ships. Then again we have 38, 36. Okay, so we are only counting here the unique ID, because we are tracking the ship. So each ship we have unique track ID. So if we want to create the counter for total ship for each frame, we only want to count their track ID. How many track ID do we have right now in this frame? So right now in this frame we have 35 track ID. we have 35 track ID. Simple. Now let's just say if you don't want to track, or let's just say if you don't want to count a same ID again and again, so what we will do, we will simply mention over here list if, basically the if condition, if list dot count, if list dot count, if list dot count, what we are counting, we are counting the track ID, track ID. If the list dot count track ID is equal to 0, means don't count same track ID again and again. Now if we save the code and if we run the code, now it will not count same sheep again and again. Now as you can see, in this frame we have 37, 39, 37 sheep, again we have 38, 39 sheep, 35, 33, 34. Simple. So this is how you can use this type of counter for total sheep in one frame. So when the drone is moving, you will get right now how many sheep do we have in that particular frame. This is the second method, or you can use the line method where we will count each sheep separately. So this is completely on your choice. So right now as you can see, we have in this frame total we have 39, 38, 33, 30 total sheep right now we have 33, 35, 37, 38, 36, 35. So right now in this frame we have 46, 44 sheep. So this is how, friends, you can use this both method as per your requirement, and you can create your own counter. I will mention the model inside the repository. I hope you will learn something from this video. We will meet our next video. Till then, thank you, take care, and bye bye.